Hi everybody and welcome again to another movie from our series Windows 7 and 8 Tips and Tricks which will drive us to become more professional and more comfortable of using Windows. I think by watching the previous movies you become more comfortable and used of using Windows 7. Windows 7, as you saw, it's just areas. If you remember the areas, you remember the name of the applications, the programs you want to run for each operation, you will be day after day more powerful, more strong, more comfortable of using that system. Today we will learn more stuff about how to secure, for example, a hard drive or USB by using BitLocker. We will learn how to set up the default programs, and in the end we will learn how to get informations about our system and how make that system more performance. So let's start and have some fun. So what's the BitLocker? The BitLocker is a utility included in Windows 7 allow us to lock our USB hard drive, any memory flash by a password. Like that, if you someone take it, you forget it somewhere and try to open it in the computer or in other system, they will asking for the password, and like that your informations, your data will be safe. So let's start and run that program. Go into the Windows orb and click there and start typing BitLocker, and the first application on the top is BitLocker Drive Encryption and Manage BitLocker. I will open the first one. As you can see here, this is all my hard drive or any USB connected to the system. I will do this demonstration by using my USB 8 gig. This is the one side mark USB. As you can see, on each side right hand corner you can turn on the BitLocker in the drive. You can see that one on the top and the other one in here. So I will go and click that link. Just give some time to check out that USB. Don't disconnect the USB during that progress. Okay, so now the question, what you want to use to lock that USB? You want to use a password, or you want to use like smart card. Smart card is that you will save the encryption data in that smart card, and you will use that data to open that USB. And the first option is using the password, and that means when you want to open that USB, they will ask you for that password, like any login, just password and open, and the data will appear in your USB or your drive, depends of what you choose in the first place. So I will select that option. I will type the password. If you type a weak password, for example 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 or something like that, that password will not be accepted because it needs to be strong password. I will type a strong password. Excuse me. I lose the focus on that field. So confirm the password. And enter. So now the configuration will start now. The password, they check the password to see if it's the right password. I type it in the both first field and second field, and now they give me these options. You want to save the encryption key in a file, or you want to print it. That encrypted key, they allow me to open the USB if I don't remember the password. So it's good to have it saved somewhere. I will select the first option, and I will save that file somewhere on my computer. So just wait a second. So they give me this dialog box to give where you wanna save it. I will save it on my desktop. So that's good. I will show you that file later, what's inside it, and keep going. So next, now they are ready. Everything is ready. They told you that the USB is ready to start encryption the data and make the password to lock that USB, and the button down you can see start the encryption. But that operation will take depends of the size of the USB or the hard drive. For example, in my case 8 gig, maybe it will take from 1.5 to 2 hours to finish encrypting the data and lock the USB. So I will not do this operation during the recording, but I think you get the idea. You can do it now. Start the encryption, and your USB will be encrypted, and you can take off, turn it off, turn it off, I explained that. So when you start the encryption and the drive become locked, so I will cancel because I don't need it, because it will take a long time. So after you start the encryption, and you will go and open the BitLocker window, that one. You will find here, as you can see, turn on, yes, but after become on, you will find turn off, and by clicking there they will ask you for the wizard will start again, and they will ask you for the password and the same process, okay, and in the end start in lock the USB, and will take another 1 hour or 2 hours to unlock the data and unlock the USB and everything back to normal. But if you decide to lock your USB, so I don't think you will need to unlock it again later to make your USB back to normal state. So just when you take it anywhere, you will open it, you will ask you for the password, and you can, if for example if you use your laptop, you can save the password, and like that you will not need to type the password each time you open it. So this is the BitLocker and how to use it. You can use it for any drive in your computer or any USB connected to your computer. So I hope that utility help you to secure your data. If you take your USB around and you feel afraid if someone can steal your data, if it's very private data, very private pictures. For example, some files have your bank account, your credit card numbers, and stuff like that. So this utility is very handy, and it's there for you in Windows 7. So close that program, and now the next step is set up the default program. How can we set up the default program? By default, every file here in our system have a program to open it. For example, that file, it's text file. The default program to open it is the Notepad, and for example that one, PowerPoint presentation, the default one to open it is Microsoft Office PowerPoint. But for example, if you have another program, for example OpenOffice, you can select the OpenOffice PowerPoint to open that file. And the same for some files. For example, I go to my documents. For example, I go to as you can see here, that video. For example, the default program to open that video is VLC. But if you want to select another program to open that kind of files, you need to set up and the default program to open that kind of program with a different that kind of file with a different program. So how can we set up our programs the ways it suits our needs? So all I need to do is go into Windows Orb and start typing default as you can see on the top, default program. I will select that run that program, that not program, that window, and I have different options. The first one is set up the default programs, and second one is associate a type of protocol with a program. I will explain that later. So first I will say go to the first element. That window will open and give me some options. As you can see in the left hand corner, you can see all the kinds of programs running in your machine. For example, this is Google Chrome. It's a browser, internet browser, and they have Internet Explorer. It's a internet browser. So I will go to the first one. As you can see, I can see in here in the right hand corner, set that program as a default program. By the way, this is my default program already, but to see the difference, I will go to Internet Explorer. I can't have two default programs. By the way, this is my default program. This is become turn off. The default program it's turn off for Internet Explorer. If I make that one the default program, that means Google Chrome will be not the default program then. But as you can see here, this program has 6 out of 14 defaults. What's that mean? 6 out of 14 defaults. So I explained that internet is a lots of kind of files. We open them on the internet. The common files, they are HTML. This is or HTML. This is the often it's on the internet, the popular files on internet, or PHP. When you open any website, the default extension of the page is HTML or HTML or PHP. So, but there is some kind of extension for web pages. That's what it means 6 out of 14. That means 6 extensions they are opened by Internet Explorer out of 14, and the other 8 extensions they are opened by Google Chrome or other program. So to see what's the 6 extension to open by Internet Explorer, to see if I want to keep them or change them. I will go to choose the default in this program. So I will go click on that one. As you can see here, I have a list. Some checkbox in here show me what's the program, what's the extension opening by Internet Explorer, and what's the other extension it's not opening by Internet Explorer, and what program opened them. As you can see, the first one it's not opening by Internet Explorer, but as you can see, the icon is Google Chrome. Look at this, Chrome HTML document, and that one it's Chrome HTML document. As I mentioned before, HTML and HTML, it's the common files web page on internet. So but going down, that file it's not opening by Google Chrome, it's opening by Internet Explorer. As you can see here, it's mht file, .mht file, it's mhtml document. This is, if you remember, the report we create for the battery. For the battery, it's I think it's the second video in our series. It's the extension created, it was mhtml, and if you remember, when we open it, it's opened by Internet Explorer. So that file, this is the file I'm talking about. As you scroll down, this is mhtml, continue down, all that kind of program are opening. So keep going. This is internet shortcuts. So all these programs here, check all of them opening by Internet Explorer, and the others opening by Google Chrome. So there is no other programs in here, just Internet Explorer and Google Chrome. This is how you can see what's extension associated to some kind of program, and very easy you can check. For example, if you want the HTML to be open by Internet Explorer, just check that one, and that one will be that extension will be the default by default opening by Internet Explorer. I will uncheck that one because I prefer to be opened by Google Chrome. So you can save or cancel. In my case, just cancel because I didn't do any changing. So this is the way how to see what program open, what's the default program for some kind of operations, like internet operations, or for example media. For example, go to the media. What's the media often? It's opening by Windows Media Center, or Windows Media Player, or VLC. As you can see here, this is the default one, as you can see. But for sure, I will take the media player as example. I will see this program 50 out of 53. Almost all the kind of programs are opening, the extension of media are opening by media player. So let's see what this extension are. Okay, because this is very important, because most of people they watch videos, they listen to music, and often you want to open them by certain programs, you don't want to open them by others. So for example, that program 3GZ2, it's opening by media player. 3GP, all these programs are opening by media player. If you click, double click, if you have, for example, 3GP file, and double click on it, will be opened by default by media player. But if you want it to be opening, for example, by VLC, you need to uncheck that one and check it, and go into the VLC and check it in there. So Just this is the way how to do it, and check it in here and check it in there. As you scroll down, as you can see, it's a lot of extension in the media area. As you can see, um, I will go to the mp3. As you can see, the mp3, it's opened by media player, but I love open the mp3 by the VLC. How can I do that? I will try to click in here. It doesn't work for me, so I need to give up. Yes, so I will not give up. If it doesn't work for you in here, all you need to do is cancel, and now it's the time for the second area, for the second element in the first list. Associate the extension to a certain file. Okay, I will go to second one, and here I can the opposite. Before they show me the programs, and the right hand side is the default or not default. Now in my left hand corner I will find the extension, and on my right side what program I need to open it with. So this is all the extension available in your machine. All you need to do is scroll down to M. It's as you can see, it's alphabet. Go to M, because I'm looking for mp3. When you find it, and then you can set up the program you wanna open that extension with. So it's very easy, it's very simple and very handy. Where is MM? mp3. As you can see here, the mp3, it's opened by media player. By double click on the extension, that little window will ask you what's the default program. I will select the VLC. As you can see, it was already selected because the VLC is the default program by default on the system, but not for that extension. You understand what I mean? The default program for the media in your machine is in my machine it's VLC, but for that extension it's not the VLC. But this is why when it's open you find that the one is it was like highlights. This is why. So, and I will click OK, and now the mp3 files will be opened by default by VLC. Give it some time to set up this new setting. As you can see here, associate file type or a protocol with the program. So now it's finished. All I need to do is close that everything in here, close that window as well, and give it a test. Okay, so I wanna go to extension mp3 file. I need to find mp3 file, but I will show you a little trick for not losing time, because I have here a file, but imagine I have a lot of file and I don't know which one is where is the mp3 file in that area. Because all I see is this is one video, pictures, and some kind, but where is the mp3? If you have a lot of audio files, it will be very hard for you to find the mp3 file. To see what's the extension for each file, all I need to do is go into organize in the left hand corner and go down to folder and search options by going to the view tab, and go down, scroll down. As you can see here, the default hide the extension. This is the default setting for the names. For me, I don't want to hide the extension. I uncheck that one and I will click OK. Now the new setting, I can see the extension for each file, txt or pptx, all the extension. Now it's become more easy for me to find the mp3 file. I will go. I know I don't have a lot of mp3 in my computer, but this is I'm trying to do that stuff for you, because I'm sure lots of you they listen to music and they want to find mp3 files, and it will be hard for you if you have hundreds of files. So I will go to downloads, I will go to music, and here I have one file. It's called 018, but as you can see here, it's mp3 file. By open that program to see what's the default program, will open it. I'm sure because the icon is VLC icon, it's open, and as you can see, it's open with VLC. So this is the way to open, to control how's your program and which file will open with each program and stuff like that. This is a very handy way to set up your default program in your system. So the last part in our lesson is system performance. We need to know what's the system, our system performance, and how to make it increase more better. So before I show you a very nice trick, very nice trick to know some informations about systems. By going to Windows Org and start typing dx diag, it's coming from diagnostic. That small program will show you the details, not all this, some informations, the details about your system and your components and stuff like that. As you can see, general informations, some informations about display, about a lot about even the audio and stuff like that. So as you can see here, you can have a lot of informations, but you know, you can read and take your time of reading that informations before, you know. This is very good if you want to know what's your machine doing, what's the power of your machine before doing anything, installing any for example 3D applications, or for example some powerful tools, or for example some powerful networking tools. If you have games, 3D games, PlayStation games, you need to know a lot of information about system. But I prefer to save that informations by clicking here, save as a file. Okay, the program observed the data and save them in a file. It will be a text file. You know, if you don't have enough skills, you don't have enough knowledge, you can save that data and take it to someone, send it to someone you know that he have enough knowledge about systems. Just give him that file, send it. It's a very small file, can have just a few kilobytes. Send it by email, and that person will tell you, explain to you what's inside it, and give you some suggestions. So just be patient to observe all the data and save them in a file. So this is a very handy way to save your data before. I recommend that, suggest that for you if you want to format your machine. Sometimes you find hard to find the drivers. I show you in the previous video how to find the annoying drivers, but sometimes even you do that, you find some annoying drivers, you don't find them easy. So that way you can have all the names of the important components, for example display, audio, monitor, and lane, for example. So now just select the area where you want to save it and give it a name and save. So now by saving that data, I need to close that program and go to my desktop and check that file. So as you can see here, is have a lot of data in here. Have just I give you a brief information about what's inside. It's the time of this report, when that report is created. It's our date, what's the machine name, what's your computer name, IT system PC, what's the operating system. It's Windows 7 Ultimate, 32 bytes. As you can see, it's very handy informations. The language of the region, it's French, my region. The system manufacturer, it's the brand, it's Packard Bell, BV. It's very handy informations. Mobile, what's the process? It's AMD processor. The memory, I have 2304 megabytes. It's about 2 gig used and 2 gig on available, and some information about where is the folder, the system folder, and more informations. As you scroll down, you can find some information about the display card. This is very important. ATI Radium Express 1200, and the company creates. This is if you wanna looking for the driver if it doesn't work for you after formatting. If that that driver, it's support the WDDM. If this is what allow us to have that shape on the bottom, this is if doesn't support, you will not be able to have that look and that peak on our system. So keep down, as you can see. Scroll down. It's a lot of data, more than what you can imagine. Just give it a time and read all of it. So I close that one, and I will go to see another area to take more informations by right click on my computer and select properties. This is the system screen, show you what's your system. It's Windows 7 Ultimate, and the year, this copy, the build. As you scroll down, you can have more system informations about 32 bits. As you can see here, Windows. Keep down, it's the processors, mobile AMD. As you scroll down, you see how much RAM you have here, 2 and 2.25 gig. 2 is used, and 32 bytes operating system. As you scroll down, you find on the bottom the name of the computer and the home group if you are connected to any network group, and on the bottom this is the state of your system, if it's activated or not, and the serial key. So this is enough information if you want to know a lot about your system. As you can see here, just go now to see the performance of our system by clicking on that link. Will take us to another page to show us the performance of our system. As you can see here, I have the performance of my processor, my RAM, my memory, my graphic, and stuff like that. As you can see, my performance is about 3.2, maybe can be more in your case, can be less. Of course, if it's more, it's much better. But there is some ways to make our performance, our system become more fast, more easy to navigate from file to another. So one of them is I showed to you in the previous video. It's this cleanup. As you remember, I show you how to use it in previous video. As you can see in the left hand corner, there is some other options, and one of them is this cleanup. And on the bottom, the last one is advanced tools. By clicking there, you can see a lots of tools in here, and one of them, this is the one I will show you how to use it, because for me I think it's very important. It's the defragmentation. How to defragmentation, do the defragmentation to your disk. What's the defragmentations, by the way? Defragmentations is like arrange your disk, arrange the file in your disk, make them one close to the other one. I will show you that in that presentation. Explain that, I think can be more easy. Okay, listen to me. Imagine that the table, this is your hard drive, and this is the files inside that hard drive. When you copy the file, copy for example file number 1 F1, it's put in here. File number 2, file number 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Imagine that during I'm using my system, I delete the file number 6 and the file number 5. This area, all this area will be empty, okay? But the disk, when it's come, will add the file number 8, will add it in here after the file number 7. This is I'm trying just to explain, because that technology is a bit complicated. I will try to give you just a small example, but that area will be the area from the file number 4 F4 and F7 will stay empty. And what's make this thing more complicated is, imagine that you have a file, it's a bit big, and they wanna add it. Okay, sometime when you add it in the disk, your disk is separated to different area, to different pieces. I wanna add my file to one piece inside the hard drive. That piece is small than the size of that file. What the system will do, will cut that file to a different piece and add one in the place number 1 and add another one in the place number 3, because the number 2, for example, it's already full, and keep going, part 3, part 4, part 5, to different places. So how can arrange all that file and make them close to each other? Imagine that the hard drive and the file inside it like a puzzle game, and you want to arrange them to make them close to each other and become all of them one piece, one area, and the free area will be the last area, and what's before the last, all this area will be totally used. There is no free areas in the middle. So this is the defragmentation. We use the defragmentation tools to do this operation. So I will show you how to the fragmentation, how to the fragmentation tool working on Windows 7, and how to set it up. So I will go to open disk defragmentation. By clicking there, that little window open. I will not do the defragmentation now, because when I opened for the first time I feel shocked, because I used to use that tool in Windows Vista and Windows XP, but that tool was manually in Windows Vista and Windows XP. Anytime I need to do defragmentation, I need to do it manually. But now, when I open the defragmentation tool in Windows 7, I found that like it's become automatically running. By default, it's running and sets to do the defragmentation automatically. All I need to do is set up that default setting to suit my needs. All I need to do is config that setting by clicking in config button. That little window will open, show me the setting apply for the defragmentation on my system. It's weekly, it's fine for me. Every week the program will run automatically on the background, not open and running here on the front of me. I'm here, I'm doing the operation, running on the background. I will not know that the program is running. And select the day. It's French, sorry, it's French list. I will demo. It's Sunday. Sunday it will be fine. You know, by Monday morning my program will be fresh again to start a new week. And set the time. I think 10 p.m. suit me, and click OK. So now when it's come to Sunday 10 p.m. the defragmentations will run automatically and arrange my files, make each one close to the other one, and make all the free spaces go to one area, and they will have all the free space in the end of my disk. So this is very handy way to increase the performance in my system and make my computer much better. And I think I have another option before I go to show you to make your system much better on the booting, at this time on the booting, not on when you run the program. Sometime when you run your boot with your computer, a lot of default program will run in the startup. For example, the BitTorrent, Skype, some virtual programs, some programs. Sometimes you don't need them, and it's sitting up when you install them. It's sitting up by default to start with Windows, and you want to turn that option off for that programs, and you don't know. He said, I wish that program not running when I run my computer, but even that it's run, you know, and you feel so bad. So how to turn this kind of programs off while they are your Windows is starting? So by going to Windows Org and start typing msconfig. Remember this commands, you know. The first one it's dxdiag, and the second one is msconfig. So the msconfig allow me to do a lot of options, a lot of performance settings, but all I need I will show you at this time is the startup. You can have a look to the other tabs and see what you will learn from them, but on my case I will show you the startup. Here all the programs are running by default when I run my computer. So for example, this is Adobe Reader. I will enter in selected, for example, that program, Internet Download Manager, Microsoft SkyDrive. By the way, don't uncheck all of them, because some programs it's system programs and need to be there. So just select the stuff you are sure they are not part of the system, they are just software it's installed. And you know, like BitTorrent, for example. You are sure that the BitTorrent, it's not a system application. Just turn it off, and if you need it, you can run it just by going to Windows Orb and type BitTorrent, and it's run. That's it. So you will not disinstall it or install it or anything like that. It's just you don't want it to be booting when your Windows start up. That's it. By when you finish, all you need to do is apply. If you wanna work in other tabs, or click OK if you finish everything. You know that little window will appear, tell you to save your settings. We need to restart, restart your machine. Now you can restart it now, and you can restart it later. I will do Excite without restarting. I will restart later. So this is the video and the lesson about today. I wish it can be helpful, and I will let you go and bye to the next movie.